movie monsters, welcome back to the channel. Today I have 4 movies and 1 book for you guys in episode 17. So let's get started. Our book is... What? Is this a book? You know, it feels alive with this skin and with this black eyes. The writer, Cihan Gülbudak, calls this book as a book without a name. Yeah, its name is A Book Without a Name. And this is his 2nd book. I have the first one in my collection also, but this one is fantastic. And the thing is, this book is handmade. And he is preparing, I'm telling you he is because he's still working on that, I believe. He is preparing 666 copies. And when it's done, he won't do it anymore. So just 666 people will own it, and then the rest may have it on PDF or whatever. Okay, so this is a very unique and very precious one. What is happening in this book? The story in this book is there is a monster, some kind of a monster, which is this book itself actually, okay, this monster with 7 eyes, okay, and it is haunting a woman's mind, and he is representing the 7 personalities in her mind. That's really strange and weird. However, the thing is, it doesn't want to be even doesn't want to be there. It wants to get released. Okay, it's all about that. This is the main idea of the story, but the story itself is kind of unique too. So I believe you're gonna like it. However, the thing is, you need to know Turkish to read this book. It doesn't have an English version. So you will tell me, why are you telling about this book then? I'm telling you about it because this is unique and this is a collector's item. I know out there some collectors are collecting this kind of unique and handmade books. Even they can't understand what's written inside, okay? Because it's collector's item. It's unique, as I said. And look, I'll try to show you if I can find it. It has also some drawings special to this book, which makes it more fun to read. And Cihan is a really successful writer. He has 2 books, as I said before, and he is working on the 3rd book. I didn't check it out. I don't know if he named it, but it will be handmade too, as he did the 1st and the 2nd one. And this is the 2nd one. If you are a collector, you should give this a try. Even you don't understand what has been written inside, even touching this thing and feeling the energy of it is so precious. My copy is, I forgot it has been written around here. Ah, look at that. Look, you see, my copy is 83 of 666. And it has been written here, the name, İsimsiz Kitap. İsimsiz Kitap is a Turkish name, surely. It means a name without, a book without a name, okay? There we go. A Book Without a Name is the first item of this episode. So, by the way, you can see it here, the video link, the YouTube channel of Cihan, and you can check it out there to see how he was creating this monster. Yeah, step by step. It's really fun to watch it. And he has a lot of musical videos and everything. I believe you're gonna find it interesting in this channel. Subscribe, follow, check it out. You'll see a lot of interesting things here. There we go. All right, book is gone. Now, let's start with the movies. The first movie is, oh, I really like this movie. I had the DVD once. Now I have the Blu-ray. I found it yesterday and I watched it yesterday night. Here we go. High Fidelity. Yes, High Fidelity. This movie is basically about a guy who has a record shop, and it's telling the story of his, how can I put it? He's struggling with women and having some issues with his girlfriends, and we're watching what's happening there, okay? We're all having some issues with women, and women are also having issues with us. That's obvious, isn't it? And but this movie is putting it out in a funny way, and he has two guys in the record shop to work with him. He hired them for 3 weeks a week. I mean, it's like a part-time job for these two guys, but they keep coming every day, and he can't say don't come to them. So they're always in the record shop with him, working, helping him 5 days a week. One of them is Jack Black. You know Jack Black, he's really in the music, and music really means something to him. So this role is really fitting to him, working, a guy working in a record shop, and he's really funny. He's actually always funny, but in this movie he's extra funny, at least for me. So I believe you might find this really interesting if you are in music and collecting records. Okay, this is the first movie of episode 17, and now I want to talk about a movie which is really precious to me. Actually, I have a list of movies, my best 6 movies list, and I was planning to do an episode about that. 6 movies are best 6 movies of all time for me. And this is one of them, but I will talk about it today. Maybe if I shoot the video for the best 6 movies one day, it will be still there and I will talk about it again. But today, let's do it. The Bounty, the story of a ship and its captain and his best friend, Captain Blythe and Mr. Christian. This is a fantastic movie. Look, these guys, Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins, they have a successful career. Of course they have. Of course they are. But I believe this movie is their best performance. Really. I know, when you look at this guy, Mel Gibson, you remember Braveheart. And when you look at him, Anthony Hopkins, you remember Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, I know, but when I look at them, I remember The Bounty. This is their best performance. When you are looking at Captain Blythe here, the way he is acting, it feels like, wait a minute, are we really watching a movie? Or this is really happening? Really? It feels like it's happening. There is a security camera there and it's recording inside of this ship somehow, and you are witnessing what's really happening there. The way they act, it looks real, okay? What's the story? I'm pretty sure that you know the story, but I'll tell you a little about it. As I said before, Captain Blythe, he is sailing to some sailing in far seas, discovering islands, and he's collecting some stuff from there and bringing them to England. And one day he asks his best friend, Mr. Christian, do you want to sail with me? And he says yes, and they're sailing together. However, a lot of things are happening on the ship. I won't tell what's happening on the ship. What could happen? I mean, if they are good friends, yeah, look, it's nice to be good friends, but when it's work, when it's job, things are changing, okay? And we are watching what's happening in the Bounty. And as I said before, they're acting in a perfect way, just like it's really happening, okay? The Bounty, Mr. Christian, oh, Mr. Christian and Captain Blythe. Give this attention. If you have never seen this before, watch it. You're gonna like it. You'll see their best performance ever here. Okay, now another one for you guys. This is the third movie for today, and you know, I'm talking about Nicolas Cage these days, and last episode we had him, and now today we have him again. I found this DVD in an op shop, and this is something that I have never seen before. Nicolas Cage, Bringing Out the Dead. The cover art is awful. I mean, Nicolas Cage. Oh, really? I can see it here. And his photo, a massive photo, and the name of the movie sounds like Bringing Out the Dead. It sounds like a zombie movie, but it's not. So this cover art is awful for a DVD. I wish it has a beautiful cinematic illustration cover art, but it doesn't. Anyways, but the story is really good. Look, Nicolas Cage is ambulance personnel here, and he is driving all around New York City streets all night, and they're working very hard to keep people alive, okay? The radio never stops. Someone is always announcing, look, just go this address and save this person. Go that address and save this person, and it's a very hard job to do. I didn't know that ambulance people are really struggling this bad, you know? Especially when you are trying to save people who doesn't want to be saved is really, you know, it's like, it is awful. Sometimes they're going somewhere, someone is struggling with overdose, he's or she's about to die. They're saving him or her, bringing him from death. And next week it's happening again, because the respect they have to their patients, they don't even have that respect to themselves. So they are actually trying to save the people who doesn't want to be saved. So, and that makes him so sad, as you can see on this cover art. And he's struggling with the emotions and thoughts and everything. And this is a really good movie, actually. It has some funny scenes too. Actually, this is a comedy drama movie. We can categorize it that way, because yes, it's dramatic, but they're telling the story in a funny way, okay? So you never get bored. When you're watching it, you might find it really interesting. I found it really interesting, and I want to recommend this to you today if you have never seen it before. Bringing Out the Dead by Nicolas Cage. And I still hate this cover art. Come on, man. Just putting a photo of this guy here, just like this is a movie about Nicolas Cage himself. Come on. All right. One last movie for you guys. And this one is a precious one for me again. Actually, it became precious to me last 2 weeks. Hey, so I know some of you guys, my friends from YouTube, you are really in Star Trek stories, and I have a huge respect on Star Trek. I was watching the first series when I was a child in between 70s and 80s, Finally, after all that years, I started to pay attention to Star Trek again, and started with this one from 2009, if I'm not making a mistake. It's written here, right? Okay. Wait a minute. This is Star Trek Into Darkness. I was planning to talk about the other one. What? Sorry guys. Wait a second, I'll fix it. I'm so sorry guys. I mixed the discs. I was talking about the first movie. It is my intention to talk about this one. I just grabbed the second movie, but this is Star Trek, the first one of the trio. I will talk about the other one too one day, but it's not the topic of today's. All right, so this is Star Trek from 2009, and I wasn't expecting much from this one, but you know, this is kind of mix of general audience action movie and a movie only for fans, okay? I mean, if you are a fan of Star Trek, you will love it. And I'm pretty sure you love it, you guys. I know you're watching me and smiling to me now. And I mean, the fans. And also, it is entertaining for the general audience. Yeah, it works in two ways. It's awesome. I didn't like it. I loved it. I mean, it's really the action scenes, emotional scenes, the drama part of the movie, the storytelling, action. Did I say action? Yes, I said action. Everything about this movie is brilliant. I really liked it, loved it, okay? Star Trek, what's happening here? Actually, the interesting part about this one is, this story is happening in a parallel dimension. It's not happening in the actual Star Trek storyline, because a guy from future, he comes back and he changed everything. So he opens another path to the another path of dimensions. So this is another storyline for Star Trek, which is really successful. The idea is awesome, and Mr. Spock here, his young version here, but the old one is also here too, because as I said before, there is a parallel Earth story here, and original Mr. Spock from the original storyline, he comes back in time and he meets himself. All I want to say about this story is this, because if I tell you more, it will be a lot of spoilers. But I wanted to mention this because this is not the original backstory for the Star Trek. This is, as I said, parallel Earth, and they have done a very successful job here. If you didn't pay attention to Star Trek before, you don't even need to watch the old series. You can simply start with this one, because this is a new parallel Earth story, and there are 3 movies. It's a trio. Maybe they will make the 4th one. I believe they were thinking about it. I don't know. If they don't do it, it doesn't matter. These 3 movies are really successful and satisfying, and this is the first one. If you have never seen Star Trek series starting from 2009, give it a try and start with this one. Don't make the mistake like me and showing the people the second movie first, okay? All right, so this is the last movie of Movie Monster today, episode 17. So we have 3 more to go for the season final, and then let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next episode. Bye.